Follow me.
Hello, I wanted to come on here today and talk to you about different types of spiritual relationships. So karmic, soulmates, and twin flames. Just a little quick kind of overview because each topic we can go into more. So let's get into it. So if you found my channel, welcome. Remember that you are beautiful, you are amazing, and this video is a confirmation that you are on purpose and in the right place. If I talk fast, it's to bypass your mind and directly access your soul's listening. And I want you to trust in your soul, in your higher self ability to understand past your mind and to remember what's needed as you need it. So grab a blanket, a cozy, healthy beverage, your journal, and set up on your meditation mat. Let's begin with a prayer. Beloved Creator, may I always be protected from evils. May my ego come in service to my spirit. May I always be connected to divine truth. May I listen with my spirit and hear with my heart, absorbing love and what is of my highest good. May I activate the miracles and blessings meant for me as I walk my golden path, in full faith, with grace and ease. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Karmic relationships. Soulmates, twin flames, how the heck do you know the difference? Because people make this mistake all the time. The first reason that happens is because they overlap. They can overlap. So you can have karma with a soulmate or a twin flame. How you know the difference? Soulmate and a twin flame, karma is more peaceful. Still challenging, still hard, but it's more peaceful than a karmic relationship. So depending on the level of karma you have, if you have a really vicious, violent karma or multiple karmic relationships, because it depends on the level of your soul, it depends how long you've been here, it depends how much karma you had, it depends how much like quote unquote bad lives you had, how many challenges you had with people, how much you want to get over in one lifetime. So there's just really so many factors in it. But let's say you have really a lot of trauma, a lot of violence, a lot of addiction in your karmic history, in your karmic relationships. That can be mirrored in a soulmate and a twin flame relationship, but it'll be more peaceful than the karmic ones. Take that through your own intuitional filters because it really is just going to depend on your own relationship. Now, early on in my journey, my site opened and I was able to literally put a hand on heart and read the karma I had with that person. And I was able to then ask my guides and my angels and creator to see how I call it repenting. It's not the same as the religious definition of repenting, but it's a reparation. How could I repair that relationship and balance out that karma so that there was nothing left for either of us to work through or either of us to have any issues with, or that we didn't have to keep repeating that in any other lives. And that's how I would define reparation. And karma, it doesn't have to be a love romantic relationship. It could be friends, co-workers, someone you have an altercation with out and about. It could be, I think a lot of it's happening online right now when you see in the comments, people fighting and things like that. That can all be karma. If you try to track karma at that level without bringing divinity into it, you're gonna go insane. Like I am talking to the people that have a really established psychic practice, a consciousness-based practice. They're in tune with their guides and their angels. Ask them. Whenever you don't know something, don't like bust yourself trying to figure it out. Ask divinity. Go to divinity. Soulmates. Soulmates are a type of spiritual relationship that is more peaceful. Friends can be soulmates, animals can be soulmates, and basically a soulmate is a friend from the other side that you decided to come up here and figure out karma with. In different ways though. This is more of like soul contracted lessons, and that's why they're more peaceful. The first karmic relationships that I have talked about, they'll be more tumultuous. There'll be spiritual growth that comes from that, but it'll be hard-won spiritual growth. And those ones are more of like here or there. If you guys cross paths, you're going to cross paths and you're going to work out that karma when you are, but it's not scripted or fated. When it's a soulmate, you actually have made soul contracts with that person to come down and teach each other very specific lessons on earth. And your, like, I see your soul as like a living map, and those people will be like sign points on your living map. You will get to them, but where your free will comes in on this evolutionary journey and this educational journey we have as we incarnate to this planet, how you get there will be up to you. That will be where your free choices lie. And then along the way of that, you might meet other karmic markers that are going to give you different pieces that will help you to grow, deal, and be ready for the soul-mated relationship, the soul contract. Now, twin flames, we're going to talk on a second. The Matrix knows that this is going on, and they try to disempower us at every turn, and they know that this is, all these things are for your growth. So they might throw in extras, they might throw in extra things, they might throw in all these extra karmics that are aligned with your worst timeline or your worst frequency, to try to stop you from getting to certain destiny points, but you can't actually stop destiny points. You cannot stop meetings with soulmates either. Now, soulmate, of course, can be romantic love as well, and it'll be a really peaceful relationship where you will just click. It will just go really, really smoothly. Even if you have challenges or fights, and this can be in friendship too, but let's just talk about romance right now. It's just you peacefully get through it, or it just resolves itself, or you have so much love and respect and peace between you that it just fixes itself. And through the evolution of the relationship, you grow and you become more connected to soul. You become more connected to a spiritual or a higher consciousness, or your spiritual path, or your purpose, or your purposes will align, and you will both be like that. But you could have soulmates that are sisters, incarnated cousins, so they could be any family member, any relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. Okay. And you can have multiple soulmates. That's the thing. You, like, whenever I'm saying if you want to call in a romantic love soulmate, I always say you call in your most compatible soulmate. You want to call in your most compatible soulmate to your incarnation, to your life right now, when you're ready to call in a soulmate, if that's what you're doing. Twin flames. Oh, you know, people romanticize the twin flame journey, and I do not wish it on anybody. It's hard. I used to describe it because there wasn't a very good definitions of soulmates and twin flames on this planet that I knew to be true. And then I just felt like the overemphasization on monogamy and one-on-one relationships in our overculture was just so much. Like, we're just bombarded with it, like media, movies, books, like music, like everything is just like the one. You are the one. You are your own best match. You are the one equipped to love yourself the deepest. But we also did come here to have a relationship. That is a part of the human experience. Community structure previously enslaved or even could destroy people as much as it could rise it up. And that's part of the evolutionary process as well. And so we're coming out of that. And we're also coming into, if you see, some of my other videos, we're also coming into an era where the actual origins of unconditional love, the true definition of divine masculine, divine feminine, are being repaired because we have used them to enslave ourselves and others right now. It's too convoluted, it's too corrupted, it's backwards, it's not correct. We're being demasculated, we're being defeminized. It's just, all this crazy stuff is going on. So twin flames are leading that. Twin flames are souls that split from the same core frequency, and they are a unified pair. One usually takes the energetics of masculine, and one usually takes the energetics of feminine, although that's not always to do with gender. And often they will not incarnate at the same time in the same lives. Now, right now, there's quite a lot of pairs that have incarnated. There are unified pairs, very few of those on the planet, where they have been together for all of their lives. Every single life they find each other, there's peace, there's no karma to repair, and they are almost like solid grounding rods, and they are together. There's very few of those pairs. There are a lot more. The majority of pairs are, one is in the spiritual realms guiding the other, and the other is incarnated on this earth. There's the most of those kinds of pairs of twin flames, because like I said, everyone has a twin flame, but that's usually how they are. Now, there is a small amount, and I would say small to the population of the earth, a small fragment in the population of the earth that are very advanced souls that have been down here for a while and trained in many lifetimes to come down here together, that have reincarnated at the exact same time. And those are all the ones that are on this planet right now. They're at different layers. So some of them are coming together in union. Some of them have already unionized after lots of separation and lots of karmic repair and a lot of different spiritual challenges. And then there's ones that are still coming together, that are still in separation, and that are just going through their own journey. Now, collectively, every time you heal something, the whole web heals as well. But this is even more true for twin flame pairs. Twin flame pairs are, like I said, people romanticize it, but I used to joke that it was like the spiritual sumo suits. Like, imagine you put on these like sumo suits or these huge bubbles, and like every time you come around your twin flame, it's like boosh, and like pushes you guys back thousands of feet from each other. And then you come, and then if you happen to come back to the boosh, and it just throws, imagine you're like flying from an explosion, like it throws your whole life in disarray. Your perspectives are ripped off. You have a Shakti, Kundalini awakening, spiritual awakening immediately. And sometimes the intensity of a karmic or a twin flame, or sorry, a soulmate, makes people think that they are with a twin flame, and they're not. You will know if you're with a twin flame. I'm sure when you're unionized with your twin flame and you both have come through all of your challenges, which is in and of itself super hard. You can watch my video on karma. The challenges that we have to go through, the full family generational bloodline reparations we have to make, the complete purging of every single layer and frequency within your being, and the purification of everything around you, and the complete spiritual commitment that the feminine has to have and ground to be able to awaken her masculine, who then has to go through his own physical process of that. The magnitude is significant, and only the strongest souls would have signed up for that and made it into that. But then also only the strongest souls would have come down here to earth. So like, if you're even here, your very existence shows your worth, your divinity, how strong you are, because this is like wild times here. Twin flame karma also is different. It's not abusive, it's not a toxic. So this is also how you know it's a karmic relationship. Manipulation strategies and patterns, like toxic, like ABUS. You like physical, emotional, mental, it's a really bad scene. And if you're in one of those kinds of relationships, that is not soulmate, twin flame, get out of it. Like, there is no contract in this universe that says you have to submit to violence. Now, the reason violence and pain exists is because there's corruption programs on this realm that we're here to dismantle and take and to stand with love against. But then we're also here to love ourselves and choose ourselves, and to say like, no more. I'm not accepting that. I'm releasing pain addiction. I do not stand for this. I do not accept this in my life. And you choose yourself, and you go, and you choose Creator, and you leave with nothing if you need to, and Creator will bring it all back to you. That's part of that reparation and part of your sovereignty, and that's part of repairing karma, right? And sometimes we have violent relationships going on the earth because of just different ways of betrayals, different ways of trauma that people have experienced when they passed from other lives, and it just, needs to be repaired. And that's just like its own other video in itself. I could go so much into that, so I'm just going to leave it as simply as I possibly can with such a complex subject there. Soulmates is what you want to aim for. It's just nice, and it's peaceful, and there's passion, and you click, and it just makes sense, and you guys make sense, and you feel like home. Twin flames are the ultimate feeling of home. It's like everything you thought you knew before this, you didn't know until you got this. It feels like that. But then it's such a powerful feeling that one of you or both of you cannot stand it, and you cannot be together, and you cannot be near each other, and you have to get as far away from each other as possible, yet while still being pulled like magnets towards each other, and just being consumed by overwhelming desire, but understanding that you have to choose yourself, your own life, your own purpose, your own path, and you have to choose to cultivate joy. And it's cool in the sense of like, I am a twin flame, that's why I can guide people through this. It's cool in the sense of like, when you come back together and you have that whooshing thing, it shakes things up and it takes away, it's like almost like Kali Ma's energy, takes away everything that was like a lie. It's almost like scrubbing you clean, right? Like it takes away everything that was lying and it strips you bare until you're in your own raw sovereign power. And it brings and activates all of these gifts and these spiritual awakenings. It's for accelerated spiritual growth. And you get this beautiful expression from it. That's cool. But getting to that is not so fun sometimes. It's not so pretty and it's not so cool. Yeah, so that's a basic kind of overview of twin flames, soulmates, and karmics. Kind of the difference of how you can tell, because I get asked that question a lot. It's, as you can see, it's there. I've tried to simplify them for understanding as much as possible. We could go into them and talk about them for a very long time, but it is really just best that you work with somebody who is a reputable healer, who has resources in this and proven track record. Always when you're working with a healer, make sure they have a proven track record in what they're saying that they can offer you. But in the end, you're always doing it yourself. You just want someone who's anchored in divinity to witness for you and guide you through. The goal of the healer that you're working with should always be that they are trying to make you self-sufficient, because everything I can do and learn, I partnered with my best friends, archangels, ascended masters, creator in the spiritual realms, and was able to activate for myself. And then they partnered me with other healers in the physical realm, and in tandem, that whole team worked with me. And that's what I do with people, is I help make sure you're activating things, your own awareness, your akashics, and your highest forms of wisdom, so that you can activate these things for yourself and you're not always going to want to work with me. And so those are the kind of healers that you want to find and work with. Flames can come through all their karma, they can come through all their challenges, they can unify and they can be together peacefully. That happens. Like I said, unified twin flames happen, but it shouldn't be the expectation. Okay, it shouldn't be the expectation that you won't be together, but it shouldn't be the expectation that you will be together. With twin flames, it's like the ultimate path of surrender. It's like you surrender so much to the path, you trust the path so much that even though you have this like crippling connection and love and like yearning for this other person, no matter how much time passes between you or the times that you're apart, you still choose yourself, your path, your purpose, and you still choose to cultivate joy and to show up in this world how you were meant to show up and to give back into a full capacity. And the ironic thing is, when you surrender so fully to that you no longer need your partner, your twin flame, and in your own anchoring in that, it anchors enough stability energetically for them to heal and go through that as well. And then once you both reach those points, then you will be together. But you won't even need it, yearn for it, or want it at that point anymore. You will accept it, of course, if that ended up happening. It would just be a natural progression. But you wouldn't yearn for it how you would yearn for it. It's so hard to explain sometimes when you haven't been through it. But you wouldn't, as soon as you didn't want it, you would get it, kind of thing. But you know, when like people just meet and they're together and it's like super peaceful and then they just stay together, usually that's a soulmate. And like I said, animals can be soulmates. And if you're calling a partnership in, call in your most compatible soulmate. That's what I recommend. It's the most peaceful. I hope this video helped you today. If it did, just send me a little like there, shoot me a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.